Hey everyone, Lance here, and welcome to another Factorio episode. So, as is the case with Factorio, I've been doing a bit of stuff in between episodes, which includes some of the belt work through here. We'll just follow the belts back. It is still spaghetti, but there's another coal line coming in here, which is just from this infinite coal area here. I moved the Rubite processing building over to here. This is the input, which may change at some point, but it's got its own processing for water purification, etc., which at the moment we're out of water. So this is a weird thing. I kind of need to come up with, let's have a look. What valves do we have? Valve. Is there one that allows flow if the output side is below 80? Yeah, that's good. Let's do one of them, thanks. Because what I'm finding is a lot of the processes that I have in place end up getting too full and then stopping because it gets backlogged with water. Now I've got obviously these two purified tanks here, and I've got this one here which voids out the mineralized water. But at the moment, this process had been stopped because the thing was full. But hopefully what this will do is enable this to run, and then it'll pause production here without overflowing the system and causing things to back up. Now, I don't have this set up yet because it requires nitric acid. Now, that was one of the next things I need to produce. So this is just running on the backlog that I had of Rubite in the system. It's just doing basic processing. So I'm only getting 4 of the ores where I could be getting, I think it's 5. Would normally come out of this. And then we process the Rubite crystals to get 5 ores, I think it is. But nitric acid requires silver, and silver is something that I don't have a supply of yet. So I'm working on that. I've got a basic supply just to sort of get it kick-started so I can make what I need and get some nitric acid up to my new mining area, which if you're looking at the map you may see a bit of a sneak peek of. But basically this is just sending the lead and I think it's nickel over to where it was processed before, and it's sending the rest of the stuff, gold, aluminium, slag and stone down this way, and everything gets broken out and fed back into roughly where things were before. So that building used to be here, but I'm trying to spread the base out a bit and make it so that there's definitely an input and definitely an output. And I may still move that again yet, because what I've done, you can see we've got a bit of a backlog here, and it's mainly backlogged on, what's this, I think it's tin. Yeah, tin. So tin is the backlog at the moment, and it's kind of chocked up most of this area. But you can see ores being pushed through here, and you can see all sorts of stuff. So this will cause us some dramas eventually. So both the bobmonium and the stereotype, I think it is. I think it's this one. You know, I should know this by now. Yeah, stereotype. Both of these are basically backed up to a point where things are going to get rather blocked there. Now, you can see here I've got 3 tanks set up. I will need a 4th one actually, I worked out when I was up in the area up the top. This one's sulfuric acid, this one's hydrochloric acid, this one will be nitric acid, and then I'm going to need one for hydrofluoric acid. So these all head up the top to where our train parks at the top. So yes, I have gone and built a train in between, and I kind of, yeah, I don't know, if you guys have watched any Factorio series before, you'll have seen someone do this. I'm really a noob when it comes to trains and any of the setup, and generally a lot of the Factorio stuff I'm kind of learning as I go. But I've got a basic setup here where it will, when it's in automatic, it will come back home and empty out and then go up to the mining area and wait till it's full and then come back. Mining area is all the way up here. But this is just where I started doing a basic crotinium ore processing, which, as you can see there, turns into copper, iron, lead, silver, gold, and rutile. So the silver is the bit that I'm kind of after. But if you look here, this does need purified water, and we get chloric wastewater out. So this is where I got to, and I'll be using a very similar system to what we have been doing with the other things, and I may end up putting a building here and just processing it in a building. It's probably the best option. Speaking of buildings, I have unlocked the next size building, this one here. So it's, the original one's a 30 by 30, this is a 46 by 46, and it allows 24 connections around the outside of it, but it takes 1,000 stone bricks, 250 steel plates, and 50 big electric poles. Again, not that bad. But so I may end up doing that for this, just to see what it's like. You know what, I'm just going to jump in the train, and we will take a bit of a trip. Let's just make it go automatic. Take a trip up the top. So I've just run the pipework up the side here. Tried to make it as clean and tidy as I can. Wow, that's faster than I expected it to be. So I'm just drop that back to manual. We'll hop out. So up here I've just got a few things hooked up. I've got we've got sapphirite here, we've got stereotyte, and we've got crotinium. Now this will be trying to fill up anything that was left, and I've tried to put chests in place so that there will be a bit of a backlog, so when the train comes up it will be able to load fairly quickly, and I may end up branching this out and putting multiple loaders here. Not sure yet. That's something that is yet to be decided. The other thing I do want to do is put more ores in here, so there may end up being mixed cars. So I'll put filtered extractors on the other end, so that each of the cars might have 2 ores, and I'm not really all that worried about what's in there. I'm not doing this for anything exact on its export, but we've got some bobonium here, got some rubite here, and both of them require nitric acid, as you can see in the tip on the side there. 1 nitric acid per mining operation. So I left my car up here. So you can see here, these, when you get to this level of mining in the infinite ores, you do need to add the acid to it. So this is hydrochloric, and it's a bit hard on the white to be able to see this. Let's even, it's hard here too. But they do need the acid, but you can feed it into one end of the tower, and it feeds it through, which is cool. As you can see here, this is doing 100 a second, this is doing 78 a second. So we've got some good numbers coming out, and just from these 6 large area miners. And there's plenty of ore up here. We've got a few bits and pieces here, crotinium. We've got some givelite, which I haven't actually mined yet. And that's the one that requires hydrofluoric. Now, I don't have any hydrofluoric, and I haven't got to the point of being able to craft it yet. And I also ran out of mining drills before I got all this set up. So I'll make some more mining drills again in between episode. Let's just quickly get it researching something. And I do want to break into this rubite and put rubite onto the train as well. I will run them on their own belts down to the train, just so that any backlog we have won't be an issue. So I'll probably end up putting rubite into this one as well, and maybe bobonium into this one as well, and eventually givelite will be going into one of the trains. It's either that or I set up a second train, and I'm not really ready to do that yet. I should probably switch my train to being automatic. Once it's full, it should go. Let's take my car back. Oop, forward, please. See if I can do this without dying. No. Let's just drive into stuff. I don't know if squeak through a... No, it doesn't allow me to drive through. Well, that's unfortunate. So what I'm going to do is just pick it up and go to the other side and drop it down. What am I doing? Do that. Yeah, so this episode, I guess, yeah, have some wood. I'm going to head back down the bottom. We did start with the robots and things, and I do want to look into making the robotic mining setup. Something I haven't encountered before, so that's something I want to look into. See down here where we were last time. I did start to look into making Roboports. Let's just jump out of that. Just going through all these advanced smelting. So Roboports. It's obviously we're getting all the robots, the little logistics robots, etc. We're going to need Roboports. Now, to make a Roboport, let's do this. Roboports. These are robo chests. I mean, they're a slightly different thing, but I kind of want to automate making Roboports because I think I'll need a few of them. Now, Roboports require a couple of items, but not too many ingredients, so to speak. So we need the Roboport antenna, the Mark 1. We need 5 of them, which is made like this: electronic circuit boards, copper cable, steel plate. We need hatch doors, steel plates and iron gears. The Roboport charging, which is electronic circuit boards and steel plates. So again, we've already doubled up on a couple of our items, and then steel plates. So we need 4 ingredients, 4 materials coming in. I've got 4 materials coming in. I was in the process of trying to work out the best way of doing what I need to do, because this one needs electronic circuit boards, copper cable, and steel plates, whereas it's only one of them, I think, that needs the gear wheels. So perhaps I have the gear wheels coming in at the wrong spot here, and it wouldn't be a bad thing to try and twist belts, but we'll see how we go. So this one requires circuit boards, copper cable, steel plate. Actually, what I might do is I might change this to be, let's see, where are they hiding in this one? Oop, it's in there. That one's just iron gear wheels and steel plates. See, if I change this one and do this one first, what we could do potentially, let's yank all this out. So I want to build, because the other ones don't require the iron gear wheels. So we could effectively stop those iron gear wheels here and run the other ones underneath. So if we do, yep, no, go, no, yep, that just requires steel. I need to move that out one. At least there. So I can go here and here. Make it pick up like that. That might work. Nope, that's probably too far. What about if you pick up from here? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so if we bring in steel, let's tell this it wants to make this. Let me bring this one down one more. Okay, so then what we can do is run these items underneath. And I guess potentially do that. We will put these items coming, I guess, out this way on a belt. Maybe. I don't know. Let's make a couple more of these. Probably 3 actually, isn't it? So we need, the next item we are going to require will be either the charging plate which only has 2 ingredients, or the Roboport antenna, which has 3 ingredients. Okay, we can do the charging pad, that's fine. Electronic circuit boards, steel plates. Okay. Yep, that'll work. I think I'm going to run out of belts here too, aren't I? Yep, going to run out of belts. Let's just quickly run back and get some belts. Used a lot of belts up doing the mining area, like a fair bit. I mean, you saw how far away the mines were from each area. Probably want to bring this up a bit. I think I'm okay for undergrounds. Yeah. Grab a lot. And eventually, once we get the logistics set up going, that should be able to auto feed my logistics slots. Let's see, smelt. It's going to cost 2,000. Some of them are a little bit insane. I don't know what else to make yet. Chlorine processing. Gonna unlock a lot of stuff. Okay, so we need at least another one of these. Like that. You are going to be making this. You are going to require 3 items. Still going to do it this way. This time though, this one is going to need to be a little bit janky. That'll work, as long as we have that. Aha! Awesome, so that's them, and then the last item we need to make needs these 3 in steel plates. So if we go, and I know I'm only using the smaller, this is instantly going to pick that up, isn't it? That's not what I want. That's cool, let's just do it. Pick up from there, please. Yep, awesome. That's one of the belts. We can do another one here. Same deal. Pick up from there. We'll put it on this side of the belt. Okay. Alright, let's bring this down. We're going to need like that. We can put this one here. Onto a belt like that. Potentially we can just feed steel onto that side. Here we go. I know this is sometimes a bit of a no-no, but this is how I'm doing it. So Roboport. One of them, thanks. And get some power down here. Might need to make faster ones actually. There we go. We are making Roboports. Let's drop a chest. And ideally we should be dropping a robo chest, because then we can make it deliver Roboports. But we're going to need to look into logistics chests as well. That's one of the next things we're going to need. We're going to need providers requesters, storage, etc. So we have Roboports. Where can I put them? Need to put that down first. Clear. Come on, clear it out. There we go. Helps if I push the right button. Roboports. So this now will put the ability to have robots in the network. So let's just try and cover off a fair bit of this area. And then we can have our first lot of robots. Put that down for now. What have we got here? Construction bots, logistics bots. And they're ready to go once we get some chests. So this will enable a few things. It will enable me to not have to, depending on how we play this, I can almost get rid of the belts. If you want to go that way. It depends. So some people like doing the big bus setup. And some people like just moving the items from where they're making it to where they need it. I've never played through Factorio like this before, so I'm open to suggestions in that respect. I haven't really looked into how much I'm going to need. Wow, that's used a lot of those circuits. How much I'm going to need in order to continue doing what I'm doing. So this really has used a lot of these circuits up. You can have some speed boosts. And you can have some speed boosts. Sound like an Oprah show. You can have one and you can have one. So ideally, we're now at the point where we can start to use robots. Now, as I said, we could put provider chests on a lot of these lines. We could, you know, drop a provider chest here and then it could pick up the items it needs. But, I mean, we've got belts going. There's another couple of Roboports. But this will just slowly tick through while I do other stuff in between, because it's going to take me a fair while. Look, this one didn't even need to come all the way through here, did it? Let's get rid of that. We can have some of them. And let's get rid of this. It doesn't even need to be an underground, we can just make that like so. So, bots are underway. Construction bots probably wouldn't, they're more logistics bots. Let's get a few construction, drop them in here as well. There we go. I don't have any things on me at the moment. I've still got the nanobots though, so the construction bots will build stuff from provider chests, providing that I put a blueprint down. But all I need to do now is basically connect everything up. Make sure it's powered, of course, which would generally be a good start. And then the bots will do what they need to. So if we want to put a few more of these down, let's see what we got here. How far can I go? Go a long way. I can sit there right in the middle of everything. I mean, we could, or I could just get off the belt for a start. And we could place them where we need them. Pick up items, for example. It would be great putting it up here. But then I'd have to move stuff around because we've got a diverter right there. And how much OCD do we need? Let's put it here. Get off the belt. Yeah. So something else I did in between episodes is I threw a few solar panels here because I did run out of coal. Whoops. Which means I ran out of power in the base. So I've put these solar panels here with some accumulators just so this will kick off slowly. And I did have this disconnected for a while. It'll kick this off slowly when needed, when the power is required. But obviously only at night. Only during the day will it power properly, and then once these run out, we're out, you know. So yeah, let's have a look at making... Where are my belts? Belts are back here. Do I have a Roboport covering that area? Yes, I do now. Let's just go one more back. Oof, that pipe's in the way. Okay, so provider chest. Let's make a provider chest. If I place this here, and in my inventory I currently have the fact that I want 100 transport belts on me at all time. I can make it so that I always have 50 of them and always have 50 of these. Okay, that's that's a good start. We can make it so we always have 50 fast inserters as well, as long as I put some more provider chests down. So let's just do that for the moment. All right, so we need to make, let's make another 4 of these. Okay, so we want 1 for undergrounds, 1 for, gotta find each of these items now. 1 there, 1 there. I've got 1 left. What's the last one that I queued up? Oh, the blue, that one there. Okay, so if I ever drop below, assuming all these Roboports are powered, which I know this one up here isn't, and I did notice that. Let's see if we can get some power to it. Okay. If my amount of items in my inventory drops below those numbers, this should actually provide those items to my inventory. So if I'm going to make a storage chest just for the moment, because I do have trash slots as well, and I think they just drop into a storage chest, assuming it's near power. So deliver, yeah, you can see there I've got things in my inventory that I can go, right, I don't want this. What can I dump off? What can we say I don't want to carry too much of? Oh, hang on. Here we go. These things are coming to pick up these things. Here we go. They're very slow at the moment, and more research will increase their speed. But these 2 little guys, the little logistics robots, are coming to pick up those 2 items, which were here, and they're going to drop them in here. And then they're going to go and charge. So yes, I do need to make them a lot faster than what they currently are. But that being the case, we can... Ooh, power is low. We are struggling to produce power. I need to up my my power production, which will probably mean, I don't know, working out other ways of powering the base. We've got enough coal going up. We are just, oh no, see, we're struggling. I've had to switch these back to burners as well. Like these ones at the back aren't even running. So I don't know if there's better boilers that we can do. It's probably something we need to start looking into, is boilers. Mark 3s we can do, so maybe that's something to look into. What else we got? Electric boiler. We can try making an electric boiler. I just need some bricks. I mean, that seems a little silly, using electricity to boil water to... Let's try it. Let's give it a go. What's the worst that could happen? I want to try one of these. And again, the base is all cramped and we could potentially have bad things happening here, but let's just grab wherever it's gone. There's one. Wow, they're big. Same idea though. Same idea. Takes up a lot more room. So, if I just pop that out, put that in there. What do you use? What can you produce? We've got one running. It's using 1.2 megawatts, so one of these running will produce enough power to run this, I guess. Assuming everything else is producing power. Look, these ones are running. These couple at the top aren't getting enough. So you're not doing what I need, because you're not absorbing enough electricity to push what I need. Anyway, it's one of those things. It'll get there. Alright. Okay, I'm going to muck around a little with these boilers and potentially trying to... Oh, we're kicking a second one in. Maybe this will go a bit harder eventually. But yeah, I'm going to look into working another way of doing this, and maybe that's putting the electric one on the back here and pushing from the other direction. I don't know. But thank you all for watching. I'm going to play around with this a bit more. Hopefully next episode we'll come back. I'll do a little bit more consolidation of the base, I think. Maybe bring some more of those Roboports around and place them in spots so that I don't have to run belts to certain things. Maybe we can do a little better than what I've got. But Spaghetti Base, as this should be called, is still going strong. And we've got lots more things to do. I mean, like there's lots more things to get into. So thank you all for watching. Please leave the comments in the section down below. I hope you come back and join me next time. See you later.